So now that you have a little bit of background on me and who I am, this is the piece that I wish to present to you this evening. I should preface it by saying this. It is in the nature of the human experience that we tend to overvalue our failures and undervalue our accomplishments. When I tested to become a master, a Taekwondo master, it was a 2-day test. It was a long thing where I had to do 26 empty hand forms and 12 sword forms and some advanced sword forms and falling motions and sparring techniques and kicking techniques and hand techniques, 32 hand techniques and 4 different stances and board breaking and brick breaking, and I had to spar one person, and I had to spar 2 people, and I had to spar 4 people, and I had to write a 2-page essay. And at the end of it's a cumulative test. It's stuff I had learned over years. So by the time I tested, from the time before the test to the time after the test, nothing had changed. And I felt like a fake and a fraud and a phony when people started calling me master. And then 6 months later, I got the belt from Korea and the certificate, and nothing had changed. And I felt like a fake and a fraud. And I did not realize how universal this feeling was until I was in Boston to honor my father. He was stepping down as associate provost for the arts at MIT, or as some people pronounce it, arts at MIT. And I had written a bunch of jokes specifically for the occasion. I had written about his work and how I very much enjoyed coming east a year earlier to see his magnificent Heisenberg Uncertainty opera, an epic musicale during which it's possible to accurately determine either the position or the momentum of the fat lady at any given time. People left the theater every night saying, "What about the cat in the box? Was the cat okay?" I said that they had found him for the job when a member of the search committee was in England and happened to see his Cambridge University production of The Pirates of Penzance starring Professor Stephen Hawking as the Pirate King. The singing wasn't great, but the choreography was innovative. And it's a great joke. And some people get nervous about that joke, but Professor Hawking himself has heard me do that joke and tells me I'm a very funny man. Although, in fairness, it's impossible to tell when he's being sarcastic. In any case, I'd written all these jokes specifically for MIT, and then after the show, this weird little man came over to me and said, that was brilliant. And I said, thank you. And my father saw me talking to him and said, Dylan, this is Alan Guth. I wanted you to meet him. I expect he's going to win a Nobel Prize in mathematics. He's the man who discovered that the universe is expanding. And I said, really? Because I told 12 minutes of jokes, and he said I was brilliant. And Alan Guth leaned forward and said, I didn't discover it. I just proved it mathematically. As though the other astrophysicists might beat him up in the parking lot for taking credit where it was not due. And I realized that we all tend to overvalue our failures and undervalue our accomplishments. And I did not really feel as though I was a master until after a class one night, a kid came up to me and said, I love it when you teach class because you close with that thing. And I knew what the thing was. It's my thing. I didn't learn it from Master Lim. I didn't learn it from a Bruce Lee movie. I didn't learn it anywhere. It's mine. I put it together from my knowledge and my theatrical training and my who I am and my Suddenly I am the purveyor of fine words and phrases and inarticulate grunting. And that thing is this. I would ask you, if you would, simply to close your eyes for a moment and listen to the sound of your breath. And if you're uncomfortable closing your eyes in a room full, in fact, you know what, open your eyes. I'm a martial arts master. I'm not pranking anyone. Relax. All right, close your eyes. Listen to the sound of your breath. Just listen to the sound of your breath. That sound has been with you from the moment of your birth. That sound will be with you until the moment of your death. As long as you can find that sound, regardless of what else is happening in your world, everything is probably pretty much okay. Listen to your breath. Imagine a dark room. Imagine a candle at the center of the darkness. You are the candle at the center of the darkness. Listen to your breath. The darkness cannot touch you as long as you consume oxygen. You cast light. Listen to your breath. You are the light at the center of the darkness. The darkness cannot touch you. All that you have ever done, of which you are ashamed, for which you feel regret or remorse, lifts away from you insubstantial as smoke and gathers in the corners with the darkness. The darkness cannot touch you. You are the light at the center. Listen to your breath. All that you have ever done, of which you are proud, that came from a place of love, of caring, that was helpful to those around you or good for you, flows and cools and helps you to stand strong. You are the light at the center of the darkness. Listen to your breath. Cast light. Stand strong. Open your eyes. Thank you. Thank you all very much for coming out. Thank you all so much. Good night.